Evening and welcome to It's Happening Out. This is the world's most popular live gay television talk show, broadcasting live and on demand on Roku, Apple TV, Android TV, and Amazon Fire Television. Oh, and also YouTube and Facebook for you old girls. It's 9 p.m. Wednesday, August 3rd, 2022, and I'm your host, Al Ferguson. We are going to laugh and play through our LGBTQ plus world next on It's Happening.
This week on It's Happening Out. Join us on YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter. It all starts right now, live on It's Happening Out.
Well, It's Happening Out is part of one of the largest LGBTQ plus media companies in America. Hotspots Magazine has been documenting the LGBTQ plus experience for 36 years. And Happening Out Television Network has been bringing you daily LGBTQ plus news, talk shows, and more for 4 years. And in fact, September 20th is our 4-year anniversary. In the same model of PBS and NPR, we are a nonprofit 501c3 organization whose mission it is to educate and serve the LGBTQ community, sometimes perhaps in bondage. We'll talk about that tonight. All right, let's start by meeting tonight's host. First up, of course, you know her. Let's welcome FayWhat. She's a radio and television personality and has a popular blog and YouTube channel aiming to unite the L and the G together. You watch, of course, the FayWhat Show, the world's most popular morning LGBTQ show, Mondays at 9 a.m. online or on your smart television. Welcome, Faye.
Hi, boys. So I've been gone for 2 weeks, all right? Same tablecloth, same gay boys, same white man. What do you think about my new boobs?
Wait, that's why you were gone?
What?
New ones?
I needed 2 weeks. Guess what's next?
You-
The butt.
You didn't get the memo. No red ever. No more red. Oh, well, you get it. All right, let's welcome, first time at It's Happening Out, at our little table is Cameron Glass. And Cameron says he, now I'm quoting him, is young, dumb, and, oh wait, what was the rest of that joke? Full of? I've forgotten. He is also a South Florida actor and a musician. Oh, now it all makes sense. Welcome, Cameron.
Thank you so much for having me. I'm really happy
Cameron,
to be here.
what have you been in?
I was just...
All right, moving on.
No, what have you been in now that you...
No, so last time I was on stage, I was shaking my ass naked for Ronnie Larson's show, Sauna. I performed with the South Florida Pride Wind Ensemble and the jazz band, and yeah, that's what I've been in.
I don't know what your mama is doing tonight, but I'm quite sure you haven't talked to her because she's probably watching live right now as you're having your shirt basically unbuttoned to the floor. It's interesting. It's an interesting look. I like it.
He came in with all of it buttoned.
I know,
Slowly,
and
one by one, the button has been going undone.
Hot
It's
in
so
here.
hot. It's the millennial thing that we've heard. So
Oh, you
much
think I'm
about.
a millennial?
Oh my gosh, he just did a Gen Z joke on me.
Oh.
Holy.
So you live on your mom's couch. Got it. All right, cool beans.
All right.
Welcome.
Homeowner.
All right. Let's welcome anchor Tony Seepersad.
Hey.
Tony is did you just wave to the camera?
Yeah.
Wait, welcome to the Cable Access Television.
The cute thing to do. I
It's
don't know.
hump day.
It's hump day.
Hi, Mom.
Tony is a concert musician. Wait, you're credible. All right.
Wow.
He's a director and an artist in the South Florida area. He is currently a violinist and a pianist. Did I pronounce that right?
Exactly right.
Pianist.
A penis?
With the Miami City Ballet.
Ooh.
There you go. That's what I didn't want to tell Faye. And he is the program director for the Seminole Theater Players at the historic Seminole Theater. And guess where that is?
Homestead.
Homestead in the house tonight.
I gotta get my passport and go there.
Right. He's also one of those rare gays that considers himself moderate. which I think is quite cool. Welcome, Tony, to It's Happening Out. First time appearance also.
Clap, clap, clap. Thank
Yay,
you.
Tony,
All
Tony,
right.
what does that mean, moderate? Are you like gay light? Like, what does that mean, moderate?
I don't know. Compared to you, Faye, it might be.
Hi, Poppy. You
Skim
can never
milk,
compare
something like
yourself to
that.
Me, but you're cute. You're cute.
Thank you.
And I'm sitting between the two of them. It's going to be so much fun. Next, let's welcome Mark Moffitt, another interesting character in our cast of characters tonight at It's Happening Out. He is an entrepreneur with a 15-year business as a leadership coach and trainer, also known as, Sir Mark Silver? I have to call you Sir? Yeah. Oh, now
Maybe
I
off
understand. He is Mr. Sawmill Leather, Sir, of 2021. I have some knowledge about Sawmill and loves being an ambassador in the leather community. Out at 15, child. We know what you were doing at 15 now. And engaged at 45. He's not shy and loves to spill the tea. Can't wait to find out what that's all about. And he makes me, by the way, call him Sir. No, seriously. We've contractually contracted with Mark tonight, and I must always call him Sir.
That's what those contract writers are for.
That's exactly right.
Wow.
And by the way, I think I like that. Welcome, Mark.
You're welcome.
Oh, that's the way it's going to work tonight. I got it.
Mark,
All right.
what's with the beam me up spotties?
Oh, this is for Nichelle Nichols.
Touch your mic.
Nichelle Nichols, who passed away. Lieutenant Uhuru. I mean,
Oh my God, yes.
such an amazing.
Wait, I didn't know this. When did that happen?
away.
Oh, within a
3 days
week.
ago, I think.
Yeah, a couple days ago.
Wait.
I was
Yeah.
surprised it
Is that
wasn't
news?
I was surprised it wasn't a story. So I'm like, well, I'm going to wear this to make
I
sure
love
that.
that.
I just
We bring
saw
up
a
our
story
girl.
with her and the gay one, Sulu. But I didn't know she passed. Oh, that's sad.
Captain, take away Al's gay card.
Yeah, right, exactly.
Beam him out.
All right, speaking of that, okay,
Female
who
up.
needs a drink?
Yes.
I do. You can see with these characters casting tonight at It's Happening Out, I do. For 4 years, we have played our yes or no game called I'd Swallow That. We invite you to get a beverage right now. Wait, why are y'all laughing? What?
Because they don't swallow out. They don't swallow.
Amateurs.
enthusiasm.
I was going to say the Gen Zer goes, what's the big deal?
That's
right, I
protein.
got it.
That's protein.
Protein.
I take what I get at this
Well,
point.
when you're young and poor, you need to get your protein in every possible way. That's what it is. All right, so we invite you to get a beverage right now and play right along with us. I'm going to ask a question, and you're going to take the shot. So we're holding up the shots right now. We have 5 of them in front of us, and I'm going to ask. If you agree with the question I'm going to ask you, then you take the shot. If you don't, then you visibly put the shot down, and that's how we know how you feel about it. So let's play I'd Swallow That. Last month, Broadway Bears returned for the first time since the pandemic began. It made us think of FayWhat's wife.
What?
She says she does not believe that people sing in public. They do not break out into song. It's unnatural. So question number 1, I'd swallow that. Broadway Bears proves why people should just break out into song.
Completely.
Okay, now we have lots of actors and pretend actors at the table. You decide who's what. We break out into song. We like it. Gay, LGBT.
Well, my friend's actually one of the naked guys in Broadway Bears. And he had a great story with it because he broke his hip. In fact, is that?
He broke his hip.
He's not in
One of
that
his
one.
numbers?
Huh? No, he broke his hip like a year ago.
Sex accident?
No, just being a dancer and doing dancer shiz.
Jump
So,
splits.
Got it.
Condu
so at 30 years old, Broadway Bears funded his 6 months of his rent and all of that stuff. So then he came out really hard for them, and I was a contributor, supporter of all of that, and many of my
Broadway
friends were doing it
Bears
too.
for HIV/AIDS has raised tens of millions of
Okay,
dollars.
this one event was 1.9 million.
Oh my
Ow.
goodness.
1.9 million
Hell
dollars
yeah.
after 3 years of not being able to do this event. I
Yeah.
mean, they went all out.
$50 of it was mine.
You know, I'm sure whatever you were saying was really, really important, but I can't take my eyes off of these pictures, so I don't know what you were just
I love
saying.
it.
And I love all the leather in there, all the harnesses, the gear.
That's
every
right up
different.
your alley.
Yes, ma'am. And
Call me ma'am again.
Wait.
Not Mommy, sorry. Mommy, sorry. Mommy, sorry.
Sorry, Mrs. FayWhat.
Right, exactly. All right, let's move on. A huge number of major companies, especially those in the entertainment sector like Disney, NBC, Universal, and Sony Pictures, as well as retailers like Amazon and companies like AT&T and Apple, have signed an HRC letter this week encouraging the U.S. Senate to vote for gay marriage. Question number 2. I'd swallow that. It's not rainbow capitalism when more than 200 companies participate in a letter campaign to support respect for marriage. Do we love this?
Love.
Yeah.
I love this, but unfortunately, it's like, okay, it's awesome that Amazon is a part of this, AT&T, all these big organizations that we support, but do they support us fully? And will this be enough at all? Will this even make anybody say, well, we've got to do something about it. We can't let this happen.
Answer your question. These 200 companies, are you happy with them?
Am I happy with what?
Are you happy
with them doing this? Yes.
But you're saying that that's not enough.
Will this be enough?
Oh,
will this be enough? Will somebody take note to this?
Well, there's no there's no real
Oh, you mean in the Senate? Will
Yes.
the Senate respond to it? Yeah. Okay. Well, a immediate quick observation is just yesterday in Iowa, 59% of the electorate, including a majority of Republicans in Iowa, voted for abortion protection. Over objection of Republicans in the state. And when the electorate is allowed to make decisions, often they make decisions for rights. 80+% of Americans support gay marriage. So we need just 10 seats. And this letter campaign by these major corporations may help us get over the top. All we need is 10, and then it is done.
Disney won't make the same mistake twice. You saw they were quick. They were the first one on. Let me sign that right here. Here is my Mickey paw. Got it.
I heard that they signed it in blood too.
Of children.
Especially after DeSantis came after them for the city and for all those special ordinances. I thought that was really ballsy and impressive that they were.
We
right
kind
on
of
top
make the
that
joke coming out of Pride Month about rainbow capitalism, doing Queer News Tonight. We did about 470 stories on rainbow capitalism in 2022 of the latest example. By the way, everybody knew about the top and bottom Whoppers, the breads. And the criticism is that these corporations come in for Pride Month and they leave as quickly as the 4th of July rolls around. This seems to me to say a lot more than they're not financially benefiting from it. Do you agree with that? That this is really something over and beyond?
I think they are financially benefiting. In fact, it's in the letter where it says, having these policies of inclusion and acceptance directly affects our bottom line. But I think that's a beautiful part of it. Is they're saying, hey, we're a business. This is just as much of a business decision as it is a political stance for us.
Well, that's interesting. Let's get into something a little local. This past weekend, Mona's Bar. Now, it's a little, I don't want to use the word dive.
Hole in the wall? Could you
Hole
say
in
that?
the wall.
Only upper
It's
wall.
Cute
an eclectic,
little,
cozy.
eclectic, cozy.
hole in the wall.
All right. Okay, any of those words that you choose. But this past weekend, Mona's Bar here in Fort Lauderdale turned 25 years old. It's teeter-tottering on Gen Z and millennial. The bar, which is pet-friendly, allows smoking, and has constant fundraisers for animal and community charities, LGBTQ communities charities especially, drew a large crowd for the party that even included Mayor Dean Trentalis of Fort Lauderdale. Question number 3, and we ask, I'd swallow that. Gay bars like Fort Lauderdale's Mona's have been the backbone of our LGBTQ community. Do you agree with that? These kind of places are really where we...
I totally agree. When it comes to places like Mona, when it comes to places like Ramrod, they've been around forever and you expect them to be there. It's like everything will be okay in the world as long as I see that Ramrod is there, that Mona's is there, that Rosie's is there, and they've been around forever. So to withstand the test of time, especially in our community, it's not easy.
Yeah. What do y'all think?
I would say it's not the bar. I would say it's really the bar owners. It's the things that they do in the community. Like, Mona's is really all about the fundraisers that they do more than anything else. And I'll bet you if you pluck that owner out and put him in a retail store, that he would find a way to do that. So, I mean, the bar is just because I think that's where we gravitate to, but I don't want that to be kind of our primary culture of drinking, especially if you're not a big drinker. You don't drink at all, because then it makes you feel very...
I'm sorry, what?
As we sit with shots.
I think it's absolutely the backbone of gay culture. It's before there were, before rainbow capitalism. This is where you would go to meet people, where you would feel comfortable, where you would relax a little bit and see everybody.
No, it's not. You would go to a bookstore. You would go to a bathhouse. You would go to
bookstore?
Yes, there were these things called gay bookstores.
We're only 2 years apart, buddy.
And I'm surprised that you've never...
I mean, I know what a bookstore is, but I've
a bookstore, like the bookstore that was on Duval in Key West, was a place that you watched porn films. Is that what you're talking about?
Yes, an adult bookstore.
Oh, okay.
Bookstore.
I thought you were
Barnes and
talking about Hemingway.
Barnes and Nobles is
Right?
not gay.
It's a little different vibe.
We're going to Borders after this.
We're going to Borders. It's interesting to me because gay bars also were pre-Stonewall, because that's where you were hiding.
That was a safe
prior.
space.
It was the safe space,
Yeah.
exactly. And it's interesting to me about Mona's. I live only about, 7 minutes from Sunrise. Mona's is very close to our studios here at the Sunshine Campus. I have never been. 4 years, and I've never
been either.
It's an adorable place.
I know, and I've got to go, and now I'm shamed into going by so many of my friends. And what everyone tells me is almost universally consistent in what they say. It's like Cheers for the local neighborhood of gay.
So they scream Norm when you walk in?
Yeah.
And anywhere that allows dogs, just automatically.
Wait, before we talk about the pet-friendly embracement, did y'all hear?
Yeah, I feel like she must be at least Gen X. Yeah. How would you even know what that is?
Okay, boomer.
A lot of Botox, Tony. Lots of Botox.
Yeah, I hear you.
I'm sorry.
You look good.
You were saying.
No, I just love the dog-friendly environment. I didn't even realize it when I went. I brought my little schnauzer and went right to the patio because there was like a leather meetup that was going on. Yeah. Went inside to get a drink. Dogs are all there, and just something happens. People loosen up. They go pet your dog. I was just playing with Faye's dog out there. Automatically relaxed me.
Wait, he's serious? Y'all were there?
Pups are real dogs.
Dog here.
I thought
You were like, you went without me? You were mad?
Without me? You hateful bitch.
We'll go after. We'll see you at 10.
Yeah,
That's your dog?
I promise.
Yeah, no, that's Steve.
No,
She
oh.
adopts it. Right.
Oh, okay.
We have a mascot dog, Luna. Watch the FayWhat show.
She's on my show.
Luna is on the show.
She kind of steals the show.
Yeah.
But just like Master was saying, dogs are kind of our masters. Dogs are our kids. A lot of us don't have children, and these are our children.
Absolutely.
So to be able to go somewhere that we could take our gay dog.
Did you notice that he just nodded, going, "Yeah, I'll accept that too." All right, let's move on. Mexican artist Alex Oweda, I believe. Is that how you would pronounce it?
Ojeda.
Ojeda. Okay. All right. Kind
Oh,
of like,
hey,
oh, I hate ya. Or, oh, I hate ya. No. All right. Alex Ojeda is ruining our childhoods in the best possible way. From the Care Bears and the Winnie the Pooh to Ariel and his Prince and the Scooby-Doo gang. He's turning childhood icons into hot gay zaddies. Question number 4. I'd swallow that. I love cartoon. Wait, we're going to do all of these shots easily tonight.
Yes.
Sometimes
Terrible.
It's
Horribly.
I'd swallow that. I love cartoon characters when artists reimagine them as gay. Oh, look at
God,
him.
that was so cute. Look at the butt on him. I had no idea.
Honey, I got a honey pot for him.
I'm going to drink half of mine.
Look at that.
Wait.
Lick that arm.
Finally.
Yeah, Shaggy, go for it.
He wants Scooby snack.
Hey, come back.
Now, why did you only take half? You don't like this?
There's this whole movement of taking everything that was old and then reimagining it with every minority group you can think of. And I just feel like it's unnecessary. I mean, I like the idea in some ways, but I would rather just create new content for this generation that has something more relevant instead of going back to the same tropes of kind of heteronormative kind of
But he's not
culture.
reinventing it, Tony. He's just making it gay.
And
Like,
do you
it's fun, Papi. Did you not see gay He-Man? Look at that. That is
Baby,
so
I just took
cool.
half
That
the
was
shot. That's
Hercules.
for the half that I like.
Oh, that's
The other half is for the other part.
You gotta do the Powerpuff Girls next, dude.
Woo!
Okay? Do the Powerpuff Girls.
Well, do you think it's for the younger generation though? Because it's clearly not.
Why do you think that?
I'm sorry. When I was 14, that's when I knew I was bears. Before that, I had no idea what a bear was, except for an animal in the woods. But you know, it's nothing new at the same time. Fan art has been a thing years and years on end, and it's been reimagined with Super Smash Bros. From Oso Apparel, RIP, and things have been kind of like this for years.
I love that.
Did they make Tony the Tiger gay? I love this guy. Alex Oweda, I love you. I'm following you on all social media platforms like, as soon as we get off here.
I think Tony the Tiger came in gay.
I think
Great.
That's what everybody used to call me.
But I do.
Wait, they called you Tony the Tiger?
Well, when your name is Tony and you're growing up in school, it's Tony Montana and Tony the Tiger.
Oh,
I like that you
Well,
said past tense.
yeah. Oh, that's okay. All right. Let's move on.
I'm gonna just drink the rest of this half.
Yeah, drink the other half. When the film Interview with the Vampire came out in 1994, many loved the subtle queer subtext in the film. Those who read the book know that it was a lot more than subtext.
Speak slower, Al. Speak slower.
Anne Rice has talked about this. Her son was gay, and partially was a tribute to Community. Now AMC is adapting the novel as a television series, and they aren't shying away from keeping it gay. Now I apologize because we were going to show you, there is now a trailer, but it is so locked down that they would pull our show right out of YouTube if we didn't. Can't show it to you, but you must go to YouTube, and it's actually been pulled down in YouTube also. But as soon as it's up, you've got to watch it. One of the characters is black, and the other one is, and he's very hot, and the other one is just
Grey Worm.
Doreen.
You know how Tony was saying before about how, you don't reinvent new things, right? And I have to agree with him on a lot of things, like, League of Their Own. They tried to bring it back. It's not the same, So you have to make it, you have to elevate it. You have to make it that much better, that much hotter. And with Interview with the Vampire, that's hard because think about when this movie came out, all the gay expletives were there, but they weren't really there, But in your mind, you knew Tom Cruise was with Brad Pitt. You knew that Antonio Banderas was there as a trouble, and you were loving it.
And they were a trouble.
And you were loving it.
Does that make it better though than it being overt? Like,
No.
Is it more fun to like
want to see it.
I want to know
Let
what
me-
you have to say.
or do you want it?
So I'll tell you, in the 90s, growing up in a small rural town, Faye, of Homestead,
You grew up in Homestead?
I did, out in the Redlands, in the
sorry.
farmlands.
Wow.
So you kind of take what you can get. And, definitely in the 90s, I wear,
But you're single.
yeah,
That's
that's true. So, I was so into vampires. And at that time, I didn't even know that I was gay. It took me till, God, my late 20s to like even come out and realize myself because I was a good Southern Baptist kid.
Your mom knew.
Huh? She didn't.
She didn't.
I tell you, we argued about this a lot. She was like, "No, I would have known." And I was like, so we're in a British accent. But so, when you first see those things on television and you can feel it, but you don't know what it is, if you're maybe a confused queer kid, like what you're attracted to about it. But I just remember feeling all those subliminal things, but I didn't have the vocabulary to like describe what it was. And then also as a musician, all the
Do
vampire
you
movies.
think that that's an unusual story, or now that you've been through this process, you think that that is a very frequent story?
Oh, of course. I've talked to so many people that they find all the little subtexts, within different shows.
Yeah.
I mean, so much so that I grew my nails out to like this long, sharpened them, painted them black. I
You were
was like,
playing violin. Doing
I figured out a way.
Wow. Wow.
Yes,
Wait,
sir.
wait. As we explore these tropes or these signals, by the way, I don't know if y'all know, I've still got to ask the question. Question number 5.
Oh, everybody drank.
I saw that. I'm looking
already
forward to Gay Christmas, as Interview with the Vampire is here for Halloween.
Merry Christmas to me.
Awesome. So is there anybody we know in this new rendition of it?
I didn't know a single person.
Yeah,
I've watched
yes.
it about How long does it? 20 minutes if you rerun it over and over again. How long?
2 minutes. 2 minutes.
Okay,
So they couldn't grab anybody from Bridgerton, or like nobody?
Yeah, they
else?
did. They did. If you watch Game of Thrones, the guy who played Grey Worm, the one who didn't have a penis, he's so, you know, I feel like he chose this role just so he could prove that he has a penis.
Well, wouldn't you? I mean,
let's talk about some of the imagery that is so hot. First, New Orleans and the French Quarter.
Oh, stories.
Where in America can you walk for 5 blocks and go, oh crap, I think I had an orgasm just walking through the set of New Orleans. Everybody knows New Orleans.
Yes, of course. There's nothing like it.
Right, and the food and the drink and the bars and the hot men. And a little bit of French, but it's the Creole French from out in the bayou, so it's kind of trashy.
And you love it.
Love the trashy,
And you love it.
right? It's not Parisian. No.
It's like the red light district right here in the U.S.
Exactly, right. And then you think about Oak Alley. That famous scene where he killed the dog, the poodle, is a plantation at Oak Alley. It's about 60 miles north of New Orleans on the Mississippi, and the famous oaks in front of the plantation of Oak Alley Plantation, and then Tom Cruise coming in on Brad Pitt from behind, over his shoulder and into the neck. Come on, just
Right?
come on.
And I totally thought Tom Cruise was the bottom. I was surprised by that.
In real life.
In real life.
Was Tom Cruise sane back then? Was it?
No.
it still
Was he
his
ever?
No, he never
regular
was.
day?
He was
No.
he
No?
was heavy into the Scientology
already?
when he had done it.
And also all those voodoo kind of dark witch undertones
Yeah.
that are in the city. Oh,
But you could watch the old interview with a vampire,
With
and
the grandpa.
and it would still be
Oh yeah, for
incredibly
sure.
relevant and fantastic.
Yeah. And so many things came out of Interview with a Vampire, the Vampire Diaries, and their multiple shows, the
Queen
New
of the
Orleans
Damned,
theme, and that.
Twilight.
And then American Horror Story Coven was like one of the greatest series anthology shows
I
ever.
think it's always going to be popular, whether we're talking about like the cartoon characters or the vampires, anywhere where there is a duality and a second kind of identity that person lives. I think that we automatically identify with that.
I'm probably going to need a few minutes here, so we're going to go to a long commercial break. No, we're not. Last question
have any
related
booze
to
left?
this: why is Halloween so big for us? Halloween's big for everybody, we know, but for gay people, LGBT, but especially in our acronym, gay men. What is it about?
because you can be yourself and blame it on Halloween. You can dress in drag if that's what you want to do. You can be a whatever slut, a nurse slut, or a doctor, or whatever.
Dr. Slut.
Doctor slut. Or just a regular slut.
Slut.
Regular slut. It's like on Halloween, you get to be who you really, really are, and nobody judges you.
Or
You know.
or you could be what your like fantasy is, because I can say like I've definitely been in some Halloween costumes. I wouldn't say it's my everyday thing, but it's fun to express
Tell me
that
one.
side.
What's the greatest of all of your Halloween costume?
Oh God, I probably was like a S&M priest.
An S.
And that was the most creative? Wow, Tony.
See,
I was
well,
going to say
you know-
about how fabulous we are and how creative the LGBTQ plus community
Well,
is.
look, when you come from Homestead, look, that's the best I could do.
Baby, you
I was
can
still at the
Michaels,
church.
Hold up.
I get it.
Right.
There's a dollar store in Michael's there. And there's something that you could do, right?
Yeah, why don't you tell me one of your costumes, Jersey
Ooh,
girl?
I want to know.
I dressed like Caitlyn Jenner. Coming
Oh.
out when she was
So
when she
creative.
was in Vogue, when it
That
had
is
just come out. Very creative.
Yeah.
But
For you?
But you know, one of my most creative and most fun costumes, I was a table. I literally cut out a circle in a cardboard, like a slab of cardboard, put my head through it, dined it up. I was a fucking table, you know?
That
like,
could be hot.
so like, am I fantasizing about being served and eaten? Maybe, but not like that.
And for you?
Drag.
Really?
It is
Love
my
it.
favorite Halloween.
Because it's not something you would really ever do.
Oh, I know. I used to work as a queen in a club.
okay.
What was your name?
Look at those eyebrows.
Nikki Gianni.
Those are
Nikki
great.
Gianni?
Right?
Gianni. I was a good Italian girl.
Yeah.
So yeah, for me, it's a throwback to college. That was what we did.
Did you look like Lady Gaga?
Are
Look
you
more
saying
like
that because
Lady
of the
Bunny.
nose?
So to pay
Well,
for
the
college,
Italian-
you worked as
wow.
a drag queen, sir. Master.
Partially.
That
Yes.
You know, have a little spend.
The
Side
greatest
hustle, papi, side
the
hustle.
greatest Halloween costume I've ever done
Oh, God,
was
no.
last year.
Oh, Lord have mercy.
And all of the years that I was involved with RuPaul's Drag Race and all of the queens hosting the cruise, I've had cruises with as many as 45 RuPaul queens on the same cruise, and never would do drag. Everybody on the planet offered me money and for this special event and fundraiser and blah 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 blah, and especially on the cruises. Never did it until last year. And Pride Fort Lauderdale hosted the big Halloween party.
Picture?
And
I was about to say,
You don't
do
wanna
the
see
same
it.
Do we have the
thing.
video?
I went.
You don't want to see
Faye,
I went as FayWhat.
you did not.
And I had a sash
So
that said
rude.
Miss Jersey, and I had this terrible, ugly, the wig that she's wearing right now.
These are extensions, bitch. These are extensions, bitch. Get it right. Velvet Lenore, let me these.
And FayWhat, who
good.
has Space for Family and is such an activist in South Florida for animals and especially dogs. I had a dog on a leash, and her dog's name is Pad Thai. Like the Thai food, Pad Thai.
My dog's name is Padme. Padme. And he named her Pad Thai. And then
Thai.
he dragged her through the whole floor of Dakota. All right?
Dragged her
like
on
literally
the
dragged
side.
her on the leash throughout the whole entire place.
People were shocked when I walked in and I'm dragging this dog, puppy, behind me in this hair and this red dress or whatever.
His makeup was better than mine, and I was a little jealous.
You had an Indian dog?
What?
Indian.
No, from
Not
Star
Padma,
Wars.
Padme.
Padme.
Oh,
Not Padme.
Not
what
Star
is that? Is that Star Wars?
Yeah,
Oh.
yeah, Padme.
Sorry.
Princess Padme.
Yeah,
Oh,
Princess.
didn't
Padme.
see
Do you
it.
know where you're at, Tony? You
Or,
want to check your Google Maps real
Let me
quick?
just
Where you're
look.
at?
honey,
He's
it's
at the
like
bottom of
it's like
these.
the Wizard of Oz. You're not in Kansas anymore. I mean,
You're not in
Homestead.
Homestead anymore.
Right. All right. That's our game. I swallow that. Next up, let's consider the best thing of the week. And we have a doozy. It was announced just this week, and we are so proud to be a part of it. The Smart Ride is one of the largest HIV/AIDS fundraisers in the country, as they go in their 19th year in November, the 2-day, 165-mile ride between Miami and Key West. They're hoping to reach $15 million being raised. To help with that, they're starting a new initiative. So our best thing of the week is the Smart Ride. And what could they do that would complement the importance of the visibility of the Smart Ride? Well, they create a festival, and it's called the Florida LGBTQ Ideas Festival, and it finally arrives. So what this festival is going to do, it's going to be here at Sunshine Performing Arts Center. We are a major presenting sponsor for the event. And what they are doing is they're saying, because of the visibility that we have with the Smart Ride, we have lots and lots of problems going on in the LGBTQ community that requires new ideas for solution. So let's have an idea festival. And they're going to have a full day. It's actually 2 days, Friday night. The major event is on Saturday, October 8th. And they're going to have programs here on the campus about lesbian issues, about trans issues, about Black and people of color issues, health issues, of course, AIDS, HIV, and other related things, and have major participants on panels talking about what our problems are, but focusing on the ideas of solution. And we say that's the best thing of the week. It's being announced just this week. You'll be able to participate. Come for the day. It'll include continental breakfast and lunch. And it's going to be amazing to launch Smart Ride 19. What do y'all think?
Okay.
Florida LGBTQ Plus Idea Festival.
Absolutely fabulous idea. Smart Ride's been a huge aspect, especially down here in Wilton with the most recent meetings that they've been doing. People are training daily from what I've seen. One person I am friends with posts his progress daily. He's traveling up and down A1A, and it's just, you know, he's not only
And
spreading.
that's with a bike.
That's with a bike. I'm like, wow, all right, aren't you fit? Excuse me. But, you know, it's a good way to promote not only, you know, a great program, but also, you know, being part of a community that helps HIV.
Well, and the ideas think tank. I love that concept. Think about it. You know, we are stronger together than apart. Okay, there's so much hate targeting us. You can't turn on the TV without seeing something that is being sent our way in our community. And this is a way for all of us to get together and figure out how we can fight, stand up, do the next right thing, but together.
You know, it's an interesting point that you make, because the idea of having a think tank and having 500 people come together, experts, lay people, various different walks of life in LGBT and our allies, it gives them an opportunity to focus on what the problems are, what the ideas are to lead to solution, where lesbians can talk about trans, and trans can talk about gay men, and Black or BIPOC individuals can talk to white gay men, and crossover and crossover and crossover and crossover to create new ideas. The entire concept of the think tank is exactly what you just said, which is throw us all into a big melting pot and talk about what our big issues are, not just my issue.
Yeah.
It's not just a trans issue. It's not just a lesbian woman's visibility issue. It is not just Black men not being represented in Wilton Manors in the way they want. It's not just this. It's the idea that we're all in this together.
Yeah, and people have this really stupid idea that, okay, trans issues only deals with people that are experiencing the trans experience. That's not true. Everything that affects one of us affects all of us, okay? Something that will affect the Black and brown community in some way, shape, or form will affect you as well.
Yeah.
It just does.
Yeah.
You know, and people that try to separate themselves, you're not helping the cause at all. And something like this puts us all together, and everybody has something to say, everybody has something to add. In our community, we have doctors, we have lawyers, we have hospitality people, we have all walks of life, and they all have something good to add to this. And we'll come out of this with some incredible ideas.
Yeah.
And I think that we really need that kind of a safe space to have those discussions as well. Because I completely agree with you that, yes, we should each be able to kind of cross over and talk about these issues. But in real conversation, we don't.
It doesn't happen.
You know, I don't want to mess up a pronoun. I don't want to use a word that's going to offend POC. And I'm not saying that personally. I'm very comfortable discussing it all. But when you get into kind of friend circles, we just steer clear of them. And this is going to be a place where it says,
you know, it's
bring
interesting
the
to me.
idea in.
Tuesday night, this was announced at the Candidates Forum at Wilton Manor City Hall. And Faye,
Monday.
Or Monday, I'm sorry, thank you. And Faye was there on Queer News, and we introduced it. And Glenn Weinzimmer, who owns Bona Restaurant on Wilton Drive and is the executive director of the Smart Ride, introduced it, and it was talked about at the forum. One of the interesting things that was said to me repeatedly after the forum and the announcement of the Candidates Forum of the Ideas Festival is, I can't believe this has never been done before. In 2022, with the gigantic LGBTQ community, we have 100 501c3 nonprofits in South Florida that work on all kinds of issues in LGBT, but we all don't come together collectively to problem solve, to think tank, to brainstorm. That includes politics. You know, we have lots of political organizations. We have health organizations. We have housing and service organizations. We have trans organizations. We have lesbian organizations. We have
seniors.
But why haven't we been coming together to collectively
Because of
solve
ego.
problems?
Because we have big egos in our community. Because we each think that we're right. The G thinks that they're completely right and that the L has no idea. The L thinks that they're completely right and the T has no idea.
But
instead of coming to the table and saying, hey, same issue, but from Sir Master's point, it's going to be different than a bad actor. You know what I mean? Like, it's going to be different views. You know what I mean?
Homestead, yeah.
Like, you know, it's going to be a different view from each person. You know, Passport Boy will be different than, again, out of work actor. So you've got to look at it from different perspectives, you know, and you'll be able to see, oh, wow, I didn't know lesbians went through that. I didn't know brown people went through that.
You know what's really interesting about that point is it's absolutely true because it comes from Mean Lesbian Girl.
Don't argue it.
But I think there is a reason for it, that why it hasn't been done before, because just like you're saying, this ego comes in and then everybody, it takes a lot. I've done a couple of these before down in Homestead with people of color and having like a focus group. And it's when you have a lot of cooks in the kitchen, a lot of people, you have a lot of strong opinions and it can devolve into something very unproductive very quickly. So I wish all the best that they have it set up in a way that they can moderate and really be able to hear things and not. But I mean, I'm sure there's going to be a few fisticuffs going on.
People always want to get their point across, but they forget that with getting your point across, you also have to stop and listen.
Yeah,
It's hard.
Yeah.
if you're having an
Fist
uncomfortable
and cuffs? What?
No, that's for later. But if you're having an uncomfortable conversation, then that's a conversation that needs to be had. If you're talking about something you don't know much about and someone interjects with the facts or something of their viewpoint that they've experienced that you have not, it is not your job to be like, well, I wouldn't know, or it's your job to listen to them, hear them out, hear what they have to say, because this is an experience that you have not lived. This is an experience they've lived. Another, cis white guy, shocking. I make sure I listen to my POC. I make sure I listen to my lesbian.
Your shirt is getting warm.
I know, that's,
Like, wow.
by the end it's
Can
gonna be.
we show nipple? Is that allowed?
Of course.
I didn't get there yet, but I almost. But the point being, we need to listen to each other, even if it makes us uncomfortable.
Yeah.
Especially.
People are so afraid to make mistakes,
Yeah.
boys.
Yes.
That's
Well,
the thing.
and-
Okay, you gave somebody the wrong pronoun. Apologize.
Yeah.
Get educated and keep it moving.
That's right. In a
Learn.
think tank, you can't worry about making mistakes because the whole point of a think tank is you're throwing all kinds of suggestions out to see what sticks, which become the best new ideas. And that's what this festival is all about. I applaud them. I think it's really outstanding. And I just remind you, I believe as early as the end of this week, you'll be able to make your reservations to participate. And of course, all of the major leaders, blah, 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 and blah, 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 are going to be at this event. But what is really needed is you. You need to participate because you have the next great idea for the LGBTQ community. So make sure you get registered. And I think the breakfast, the whole program, lunch included, I think is going to be just like $10. And so make sure you register because the seating is absolutely going to be limited. It's going to be here on the Sunshine campus at Sunshine Performing Arts, and that is on Friday night. They're going to announce something shortly on the Friday night event, and then all day on Saturday on October 8th. So make sure you come. The Smart Ride Florida LGBTQ Plus Idea Festival. It's a brilliant idea and something that is so sorely needed in October of 2022. And by the way, just 30 days later, do you know what happens?
Elections.
An election. Just 30 days later. All right, next, let's catch up with some hot gossip from the world of celebrities in our segment that we call Queer Entertainment with Hotspots Magazine. Well, as we know, Friday night, season 7 of RuPaul's Drag Race All-Stars featured a lot of change. There were 2 winners. A RuPaul's Drag Race with 2 winners. Jinx Monsoon won, and she took home the crown and a record $200,000. By the way, Alan Chuck came in the first year that it moved to $100,000. Sadly, do you know where that came from? And Raja was crowned Queen of She Done Already Done Had Hers. Hers. Yes, thank you. I don't apparently speak Ru. And she took home $50,000. And no one was ever eliminated on the show. The judges were also edited to look a whole lot nicer. Although Raja did reveal that in an interview that Michelle gave her nasty critiques, according to Raja, on episode 3 of season All-Star 7. And then Raja then responded that she was only qualified to be on the show because she was RuPaul's best friend. Apparently, LaShawn Beyond was right. This is not RuPaul's best friend race. Well, and the news this week also broke on the net worth of the RuPaul queens. I'm sure they just loved this information. Speaking of Raja, of all the queens, and you might not know this, guys and girls, there are 590 queens that have appeared on RuPaul's Drag Race.
Really?
Wow.
No, that's
No,
It feels
no,
like it.
Derek
It
Barry
feels
was the
like it.
100.
It
Hang
feels
on.
like it. That's
Right.
right.
So that's a beautiful picture. Speaking of Raja, she is the 9th richest RuPaul queen,
Good for her.
having a
Nice.
net worth just shy of $1 million.
But has she been in this since the beginning?
No. Well, the net worth is everything that you've done. It's not just your payouts from the show.
Got it.
Not
Of
much.
course, that's not even close to the worth of some of the other queens, like Bianca Del Rio, who is worth $4 million. Trixie Mattel is her net worth is estimated at $10 million.
Yep.
And oh, by the way,
Going
the
up.
top of the top is Ru herself, who is worth $60 million.
Good for her.
That seems so low.
Our
World of
entertainment headline of the week: RuPaul's All-Star 7 finale, and here are the drag queens' net worth. What did y'all think about RuPaul's All-Star Season 7?
It was the best season ever of evers of evers. We are not worthy. Let's talk about that Snatch Game. Let's talk about
Snatch Game
oh
was
my
amazing.
God. Jinx killed it. The Vivian killed it. Everybody killed it on the Snatch Game. It was just so
There was
good.
so much written. We reported at Queer News Tonight, we reported polling that going into the finale, we predicted the winner. We said, this is who's going to win the show, and we said Jinx is going to win the show. And we reported on the polling of 25,000 participants that participated in the poll. 85% wanted Jinx to win of all of the polling numbers, and 65% thought that Jinx would win, and of course Jinx ends up winning. And we thought that the 65% number in our reporting was interesting because people knew that Ru and the show is just going to pull something shady out at the end. Something's going to happen. But you know what? It didn't. And the reason, I think, is because of exactly what you said. The night of Snatch Game, Jinx won the show.
She was
won the
incredible.
show.
But think about this. Jinx won 5 challenges. She got 4 stars because she was blocked once, okay? Yeah, I get it. They did that last thing where you got 3 stars, and that's how Monet got to the top, okay? And Monet is so talented. Girl, that opera was everything. Everything, okay? But that 3 stars was a little shady, okay? But you didn't win. The one who was supposed to win was Jinx, and she won.
You know.
Another reason why you should stay sober, okay? I have to mention that. I'm in sobriety almost 8 years. Jinx almost has 2. And look, you need that. How incredible was she? She was focused. She was laser. Like, she was on it. She had her eyes on that 200 grand, and nobody was going to take it away from her.
Can I just say, just jumping in on her observation, not the show, and you come back in. Can we all accept that I know a little bit about RuPaul's Drag Race?
You know a lot.
I know just a little bit about RuPaul's Drag Race. When I sit next to Faye and talk about RuPaul's Drag Race, I just have to say I'm not worthy. I'm just not worthy. I'm sorry, you were going to say.
Well, I love Jinx. I wanted her to win. I'm happy that she won, but she did not win that last lip sync. Her swish was flop. Monet was on, just the movements, feeling the spirit.
Does that matter? I'm curious.
Well, yes, because if you're going to base it on the lip syncs, then even if I really want her to win, then she should.
Yeah. So what that tells you?
Bull crap.
Oh, you didn't like that?
No, I hated that. I mean,
Shea Coulee had 1 star. All of a sudden,
exactly.
She got stars.
Oh yeah. So now you're up in that crew. And why does the loser queen get the title instead of the runner-up for the actual contest not getting $50,000?
Do you know why? So you will talk about it.
Well,
it's
I'm
happening
mad about
out
it.
and get mad about it. And every kitchen table dinner party on Saturday night was doing exactly what you just did. I'm so happy. And half of the table's going, God damn it.
I was doing both fists at the same time.
And Genius to World of Wonder.
Oh my God.
Easy.
Everybody's heard this is the top viewed season of all time.
Is it?
Now, how many shows? By the way, this was the 194th season of RuPaul's Drag Race. So over 190, they started in candlelight in George Washington time. You remember? Why are you so bright, Mr. Paul?
The ladder in the background.
So of all of these seasons, 14 seasons, 7 all-star seasons, 21 seasons, and it's won more Emmys than ever, and more people watch than ever. What show can build over 14 years and be, my last show was the greatest show. My last season was the greatest show. RuPaul and World of Wonder has slayed it forever. Arguably, we'll never see anything like LGBT in the LGBT community in broadcast television ever in history again.
Did you enjoy that last season more than all the other seasons?
No question about it.
Yeah.
No question.
I mean,
It was,
I did miss a little bit of them not sending anybody home because I'm a catty bitch, right? But I enjoyed the camaraderie. I enjoyed the talent. Those bitches are talented. I mean, there was one better than the other one, back to back.
Yeah.
When they had to do the lip sync to the Designing Women script, oh my God, Suzanne Sugarbaker, are you kidding me? Bitch. I was like, oh my God.
Again, I'm not worthy. I'm not worthy. You know, of all of the great things that I say about this season, because I mean, come on, I'm saying this. If I'm saying it, it's because, in my opinion, it's true what I'm saying, or I wouldn't say it. Here's the downside to all of my friends that have ever been connected with RuPaul's Drag Race. Here's the downside. You just did season 7 with all season winners. You're not doing that again. That's not coming next time. No. So if you want to continue this momentum, you've got to continue to reinvent, because if you stay in the same tried and true, we're going to go, except for Faye.
Except for Faye.
Right. All right, let's move on. Each week at its, congratulations, RuPaul's Drag Race All-Star Season 7. We just cheer you and congratulate you. You've done the LGBTQ community proud, really proud. Each week at It's Happening Out, we ask our host about what is important to them. Prepare, in case you're not prepared, but I know you are. But the twist is that it must be done in 30 seconds, or you're going to hear this bell, and it's Faye's favorite sound of all time. She loves that. She just loves it. This segment is called What's on Your Mind. But remember, it's got to be in 30 seconds, or you hear the bell, and I'm going to be very strict on it tonight. And Faye, let's start with you. What's on your mind?
Start with me. Faye, what? You know what's on my mind? Penis pics. Dick pics, all right? Dick pics are on my mind. Dick pics have been around forever. Gay boys invented it. When God invented gay boys, they invented dick pics. Now, women, we got a lot to learn. For you, you know who I'm talking about. Thank you so much for the V picture that you sent to me on Messenger. I really appreciate it. But here's the thing about V pics. You need good lighting, girl. Get some good lighting. The boys will teach you. Use the right lighting and the right side so you can get the ample picture of your junk, right? So for the girls that are sending me vag pics, I thank you. I really do appreciate, but some light would really help.
You know, I have to tell you, Faye got a 14-second bonus time extension, because whenever you talk about vag pics, you get it. All right. And
Took my time.
I don't know. That's all I can think about.
Reclaiming my time.
all right.
Now, what do you boys talk about?
Yeah, Cameron Glass, what's on your mind?
How do you follow that up? Is lavender in season? Honestly, wash your rice, season your food. I need to go to a grocery market and buy some seasoning, actually. I think I ran out of cumin. That's on my mind. After V-Picks, I'm blasted out here. That was
You're
great.
out. Okay, all right. See, we picked up the 14 seconds. Tony Seepersad, what's on your mind?
Geez. You know, I think I'm running out this. All I was thinking about the dick pics because I was watching this show with Doogie Howser. Uncoupled.
Doogie Howser.
Yeah, that's how I know him.
Oh my God.
And just like
You are 42.
thinking about like when I got my first smartphone in like 2014 and like had to navigate the world of dick pics.
Do you have dick pics?
Oh God, it's a complicated question. I
Yes
mean,
or no?
there
he
might
does.
there might be something, but it's a very special occasion.
In the last 5 months, have you shared a dick pic with someone else?
Come on, you're single. What's
Yes,
up?
yes.
Okay, there we are. You have dick pics. All right, and then Mark Moffitt, what's on your mind?
I just got to say, since we're in Sunshine Cathedral, and I love MCC, Reverend Patrick Rogers was huge up in Palm Beach County at the church up there, and I just have to say, love him, miss him. I know it's not the funniest topic, but especially being
Way to
here,
kill
I
the
just
mood.
felt like we had to.
You know what's interesting about him? I had never met him, and since his passing, I think I know him because I have heard about him from at least 50 people. 50 different people have told me things about him this moment and this experience. I was at a Hotspots management meeting, and it came up in conversation of things that he had done, and so he will be missed. I don't know him, and I know he's going to be missed in our community. All right. We continue on, and we are very proud of our special partnership, as we were just discussing, with Sunshine Cathedral. This is the world's largest queer church here in Fort Lauderdale. Do you have anything like this in Homestead, by the way?
No.
No, I didn't think so. Supporting that partnership, we are broadcasting from our permanent set here at Sunshine Cathedral at the Happening Out television studios. We broadcast Sunshine Cathedral's Sunday international service at 10:30 a.m., with more than 30,000 watching all over the English-speaking world every single week.
G'day everyone, I'm Australian cellist James Clark and Sunshine Cathedral is my queer church.
I love Australians. Next up, if we were standing around the LGBTQ plus water cooler, we think that this is what we might all be talking about this week. It's our queer hot topic, and it's about Uncoupled on Netflix. It's a show about middle-aged gay white man who finds himself single after 17 years and is struggling to get back his mojo in the social scene. You know, Days of Our Lives in Wilton Manors, basically. Neil Patrick Harris plays the main character, Michael, who is dumped by his boyfriend, Colin, after Colin turns 50 and decides he wants a brand new life. Reddit and social media is full of discussions about how the show is unsettling to them, because they are also older gay men. Because it hits hard and so close to home. Our hot topic of the week is Netflix and NPH, Uncoupled. Traumatized gay men all over the country dating after 50. But at least there's dick pics. What do y'all think? Uncoupled, the storyline?
Yes, tell me, old people. Go on.
I will tell you, over 40 guy, like I came out very late in my discovery and my queerness and all of that stuff. And I came to like technology late too, so I had a flip phone for the longest.
He's in home.
So
it took a while.
They got cell towers.
Yeah, right.
3 to 5 business years.
So, you know, I remember like first downloading Grindr and like thinking that it was gonna be like Match.com. And like this had been years while Grindr had been, you know, taking the time to be the cultural phenomenon that it is. And I felt just like Neil Patrick Harris in there. And I was like, am I supposed to do this? I don't know. And then I had the same experience where somebody asked for a dick pic and I was like, oh, I don't have that, block, like immediately. And I was like, oh my God, like this.
You're a player.
Huh?
You got blocked
the
or you did
response.
block?
No,
I
I got blocked because I didn't send
you got
it.
blocked because you were a player. You're in. They don't want to talk to you. No, they want to. They want to get right to it. Get right to it. And the second you told them, "I'm not going to get right to it," they go, "Oh,
they don't got time
blocked."
for you. It's time.
That's
to
why
just
you got
get
blocked.
laid.
Yeah, they're a player.
Yeah.
I got played. No?
No, you're the player because
I'm the player?
Because you go to
You're
Grindr
not
for one
following
thing,
the- you're
Tony.
not
You go to
following the
Grindr
for
for
one
one
thing.
thing. You don't go there to make
and when
friends
you
and figure
told
out how to
them,
get a ride
I
to
don't
Homestead.
have this picture. You got blocked instantly. The point of the joke in the show is Patrick Harris got blocked instantaneously because why are you in Grindr if you don't have a dick pic?
Right. That's what I was confused about. So I totally felt his
You have no
pain.
gay friends?
Huh? I had
See, this is
very
what
few gay friends.
Okay,
Grow-
all right,
like
all right.
I had to interview gay people on AOL Instant Messenger. Like what is
got
this
mail.
like? It's still
to
my
the chat
primary
room.
email.
Oh, child. You have an AOL email?
I do.
Child, you have to change that.
He still has dial-up. Leave him alone. Leave him alone.
You've got to have Gmail because if you have an AOL address, you're telling. Do you have a boyfriend?
No, he's single. That's why.
Child, you can't have an
What's on
AOL
Google?
We've gone
that
through all
I'm
the
missing.
You can't have an AOL address because it says you are old.
Way older than what you
fashioned.
are.
You know what?
No,
Gmail
AOL
is
like-
easy.
It tells people you live in Homestead,
No, like,
bro.
Here's my rationale.
I didn't
like
say
because
yeah.
I've made such good friends
You're
over
cute
the
as
years.
all
For
get
gay.
out.
Keep
That,
it for
like-
gay.
Wait, you're cute
That-
as all get out, but that
I wanna-
gives you nothing if you don't say, I'm hip, I'm interesting, We're going to have
Listen,
fun.
on the 3-hour car ride back to Homestead, make sure you get a new email address. Right?
I just wanted people to be able to find me from 20 years
Can
ago.
you not hear all the reads at the table?
you know.
should be right now going, oh my God, these are the 4 smartest people in history.
Or maybe there's somebody out there that's like, you know what? That's really
Is that
sweet.
what you're
That's the
holding
guy for
on
me.
for?
Yeah, he's in an old
I'm
folks
curious.
home. Up in Delray.
No, wait.
Dating
this
over
is
50.
part of the story in Uncoupled. Because his story is, wait, I'm a really nice guy. I'm an attractive guy. I'm an interesting guy.
He's got
I'm
money. He's got a good
worthwhile.
job.
I have a good job. Blah, 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 blah. Wait, where's your dick pic?
Exactly.
Well,
This is my story.
you're the star of Uncoupled then.
Yeah. And you know what? I mean, it's for white guys, white gay men, but my Caribbean family does call me coconut because they said,
Because of your head.
'cause-
You're very nuts.
because I'm brown on the outside and white on the inside. Mother,
God.
I'm covered.
No, it's
Oh, because I just shaved my head. Oh.
You're adorable. Sorry.
No, I just shaved it 2 days ago.
But, you
So.
know, when I watch this show back, because you can watch it in on demand, you'll catch the little tear going down my cheek for the sadness of you.
I'm happy though.
Yeah, I wonder if that's true though.
Tell us how it really makes sense.
I feel like I am
Have a
happier
drink.
than every gay guy I know.
And maybe, and I'm playing with you.
You don't
Yeah.
Neil Patrick Harris in Uncoupled is going through this process of the first 3 episodes, he whines just nonstop of, he never told me, I don't understand, I don't understand, I don't understand.
Oh, that's not me.
And-
I'm not whiny.
Well,
play the clip.
d-
Roll footage.
oh my gosh, play that back.
Right next to your drag pics.
And the issue there is he's not willing to open himself up immediately to go, wait, you have to do it differently than 17 years ago. And because you haven't moved on, because you didn't.
Well, that's not quite accurate. There have been some moving on since then. I'm describing a few years ago. There's been some progress on that front.
But in AOL,
Oh, I don't email them.
so you have to hide. You're in the closet over your AOL account.
No, I'm pretty open about it. I mean, I think it's a beautiful service.
Are you on Craigslist for those personal encounters?
Right?
No.
Right.
It's like your first greeting when you get up. It's like, you got
I had
mail.
no idea before we did this topic, and production put it in front of me, that we literally were going to have Neil Patrick Harris at the table
had no
with
idea.
us. I
Yeah.
had no idea.
He's a great guy.
You're a brown Doogie Howser.
Yeah. He's a coconut.
A coconut.
Then the show is wonderful for my fantasy life.
Why?
To have Neil Patrick Harris as a gay man.
Yeah.
I had a crush on it in Doogie Howser, How I Met Your Mother.
How I Met Your Mother, and he played that role so great. Like, he was a womanizer, and he was fantastic. But knowing he was gay, I always wanted him to be him.
Didn't you? And didn't you always just kind of see
Through
right
it?
behind it a little bit? And now when I watch him in this series, it just seems so authentic.
Authentic.
It really does.
His kissing, his makeout scenes are really believable. His stuff in bed is really believable. The pictures of, we make the joke, at least there's dick pics, because there's a whole episode where he talks about the process of trying to get a dick pic and doing it right, and friends telling him, wait, you can't have AOL, and you must have, oh wait.
Good lighting.
They've had,
lighting.
they've had
Good
this
lighting.
conversation with
Good
me
lighting.
too.
Good lighting.
And
That's
good lighting. And by the way, he's come out in an interview to say that there are dick pics, and he got to pick.
He got to choose.
So he is teasing on
Yeah.
the fact that you're going to get to see one of them, and that the dick pic is going to be revealed.
It
And
was.
No. They flashed through it so quickly you couldn't see.
Oh, you could pause.
Wait, I kind of know. No, that didn't work either. That's what was implied, but I think more is to come. We're going to.
And a second
It is a
season?
Season 2. I hope there is a season
Yeah.
season 2. And his husband was in this too,
Yes,
right?
Yeah.
I think the season 2 has already been decided.
But can we just give a shout out to his body? 49 years old. His body is on point.
Yeah.
Amazing.
He looks like a noodle.
Beautiful.
A new.
Let's come to the core topic of what Uncoupled is doing. We're in Wilton Manors. We're in Fort Lauderdale. This is retirement gay capital of America. West Hollywood doesn't have this, even being in California. Palm Springs does, but we're way bigger than Palm Springs. There are we are overwhelmed with older, I use that because old is, I don't think the right word, older, especially white, gay men. And so many people are talking in social media that this is rattling them because they are watching their experience of we're disposable, that age is immediately set aside, the lifetime of experience is set aside, and that you must be 23, 27, 32, 35, whatever, and they're not. And you're over 50, and this is what they experience.
The gay boys that I hang around with are usually between the 30 and the 40s age, right? And the boys that I have spoken to about uncoupled, they're like saying that weird space right there at 40-ish, right? You're not like hot anymore. Like the daddies won't date you. The daddies won't date you if you're over 40. Okay, so it's that weird middle in between area that if you don't look perfect and you're not the perfect age, then you're kind of overlooked. Yeah. And they feel unseen. I mean, this is coming from the mouths of gorgeous gay boys that shouldn't feel that way.
Yeah. I know on Monday's show of FayWhat, you're going to have some conversation on this, and I hear that you're going to have a conversation about if you're over 40 and you've got to have a black Amex card and a big dick. What was that all about?
I gotta let you can't, stop looking at my emails. I don't have AOL. Stop looking at my emails. The reality is that for a lot of men that are over a certain age, if they have a big penis and a black Amex, then they can pick and choose whichever boy they want. And that's not the case for other men that are of a certain age and don't have money and a small penis.
Pick me, a young, not conventionally attractive gay boy, please, if you have a black Amex and a big dick.
You see? Case in point.
Yeah. Could you go get my wallet, please?
let me open this back up just a little more.
Can I ask you how old you are?
How old do you think I am?
Oh, geez.
Yeah.
That's a young person question.
23?
Yeah, actually, I am.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm 23. Hi.
But you know what? That you have an old shirt, so your shirt makes you look old.
I like his AOL shirt.
Yeah.
To the question, though, about the rattling that's going on here in Wilton Manors in Fort Lauderdale, there are so many men that are in this profile that Neil Patrick Harris is representing, and the characters and friends that are around him that are in their 50s. They make a joke about being in your 50s when they're 62 or 64 years old. They're making jokes about how young being in your 50s is. And the whole point of Uncoupled is we, in the gay community, his interaction with Gay and her character being this wealthy older woman that was left by her husband for the young, ingenue type of girl. And the whole argument between the two of them is they have so much in common because it's happened to both of them. And Patrick Harris's observation is, child, you don't even know what you're talking about. Women can be rejected by the straight older man, but at least you're not gay, because it's a death sentence for being an older gay man in the community. That's what's rattling people that are watching this show, because they're going, that's exactly what it is. If you're in your 50s, your 60s, I'll assume your 70s, you're being told by the gay community, you are not worthwhile and disposable.
And you're being told that by your own community, Al. We have had anchors sit here at Queer News Tonight that are of a certain age, and they have said, I won't date somebody that's 40. Literally, okay?
Because it's reality. What they're talking about is reality in the gay community.
Right, right. Well,
at least the stereotypes that people talk about, like you're saying. But I mean, I do think there are, of course, exceptions, and I'm sure there's, in Wilton Manors, there's communities where somebody who's over 50 is going to have a chance to, couple up with somebody.
Yeah, with the Amex and the big penis.
Well, sure. I mean, there are probably other things as well. But I mean, don't you think as a man over 50?
60.
Oh, 60? Are you single?
No,
Can I ask this?
No. My entire life. I'm
got
married.
Like 3 couples.
I'm married.
Literally has 3 partners.
Married for 30.
What day is today?
30.
Today is
Uncoupled Wednesdays.
And it relates to our shows. I've been down here in South Florida. South Florida is also very unique because South Florida can be very, very shallow in the, especially gay community. The number one knock that everyone thinks that they can get on me, and 4 years of me doing this, is they'll use the word old or make an old joke. And I'm going, child, I'm going to eat you for lunch in the next 7 minutes, and you don't even understand. I'm going to eat you for lunch. Because if the best knock you have is my age, oh God help you, because you just have no chance at all.
Dude, you wish to be.
Well,
Al has a husband, he has a boyfriend, he has another boyfriend here.
Well, that's
He's
why
got 3 out of the country, 2 in Cuba, 1 in Australia, the guy in France. Oh, please. And he was talking to the guy in Ukraine until the war happened.
But this,
please,
but this is a bit my point. So you're, as a person who is over a certain age in the gay community in South Florida, do you feel like there is no opportunity to, or feeling viable?
Are you hitting on Al?
I think that I think it's twofold. I think the reason that Uncoupled and Neil Patrick Harris has rattled so many gay men is because they see themselves in his uncertainty of where he's at. He's been rejected. Wait, the guy at 50 years old is beautiful and interesting and intelligent and nice and worthwhile. And none of those attributes make any difference at all. And that's what's rattling men in their 50s and 60s going, my gosh, I'm not worth anything because now I'm not 35 years old, or maybe I'm not 42 years old. And that's what's happening in the 50 to 60-year-old set. And at the other end of the spectrum, many, many guys in their 20s and 30s and in their 40s are picking up a stone and throwing it at heads going, you're not worthwhile because you're not 20, 30, or 42 years old. And so we have a natural headbutt going on. There's no winning this because the 50 and 60-year-olds don't have the confidence to be happy with who they are. And the 20 and 30 and early 40-year-olds don't give or embrace you're totally worthwhile.
Well, and also, a lot of times I think when we feel like we're being put to the side, that we're out there actively seeking rejection. You know, like if you're a 50, 60-year-old man, don't nestle up to the 23-year-old at the bar and put your arm and do all this kind of stuff and then think, oh, these young people.
Yep.
You know, because in the gay choir, it's not like that. In gay leather, it's not like that. There's all kinds of groups where that dynamic of feeling undervalued as an older man.
I'm curious, do you all
exist.
think that this attitude has been created by platforms like Grindr? That because the dick pic, you get right to it instantaneously?
Yes.
Show me the dick pic.
No fatties, no this, no that. Aren't those hashtags by what I remember when I used to have Grindr? Give me my Grindr back, right? That would be some of the things that people would say, right? No
fat,
chubs,
femme,
no fatty, no
Asian.
femme. I mean, come on.
Yeah.
So it's all ego. Yes, you guys did this.
1000%. But it's also a thing, you know, I'm young, I'm, you know, not skinny, I am not hairless, I am not muscular, you know, flat-chested. I got titties, baby. But, you know.
I don't know anything about sunscreen either.
No, I have a skin condition, but, and I'm proud of it. So, hi, you're seen. But when it comes to that, it's an experience I live as well. I'm told, oh, you're too young. Oh, you're not pretty enough. Oh, you're, you know, all these things. I'm like, it's kind of a thing where I'm seeing it just at a different angle. So it's something I appreciate as a young person.
Every gay person that I've met that has some milestone birthday, whether it is 20, 21, 30, 40, 50, they all say the exact same thing. About when they turn 30, they're like, gosh, I now have graduated to this. I am not anymore this young, attractive guy. I'm of this. It is, everybody says
Gay boys
exactly the same
Gay
thing.
boys are the new women. Women have never, I never knew how old my mom was, ever. Okay, she got stuck at 42. It was like forever she was 42. Okay, gay boys are the women, that's it. Yeah. We'll never know how old they are.
When I get, you know, the joke about me, when I'll be at a party or whatever, and I'll be at a show, because it's happened literally, I want to say hundreds of times, but dozens of times where an age joke is thrown at me. And my reaction to 23-year-old or 42-year-old, I'm not saying it to either one of you, is, dudes, you try to be me at 62. I can't wait. Let's see how you are, 62, how you are in terms of involvement in community, in terms of interest in the world, in terms of activity, in however you define activity, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. I challenge you, because when you're saying that at 30, you have no perception of what's really going on in the world, which reflects on you, not the rest of the world around you. And that's, I think, in my opinion, our problem in our community. We're so myopic about us that we don't realize how we integrate with everything else around us.
Well, it's also, we don't really have a very strong culture of mentorship. You know, none of us really have gay parents who showed us the way. And oftentimes when you ask those kind of questions, you won't get the right answers. And I think that's why a lot of people kind of gravitate towards some of the scenes and having some of the structure that it does. So I think that onus is really on us as more mature gay men to have that kind of conversation that you just had, instead of judging or get off your phone or any of the the usual things.
I completely agree with you. And broadly, when I get rejected based on, and I'm not talking about any particular experience, I'm just talking broadly in life. When I get rejected by a younger gay guy, crocodile teeth get shown. And I smile through the crocodile teeth of literally saying, oh, you have absolutely no idea what you're talking about, and I'm getting ready to eat you. I really, I express the joke of that because I really believe that. And we should all feel that way. Whether you're 23 or you're 73, it's really the same thing. You're valued at your age because of what you are. And every single person is going to get to that same milestone. So to reject makes no sense to me. I'm constantly confused about it. Last thing I want to ask about on this topic of Uncoupled. Do we like the show? Just real quick.
Love it.
Do we like it?
I do.
Yeah.
I do. And you can never make all the gays happy, Al. So there's going to be some people that are going to give pushback and say it's not real. But you know what? It's entertaining. And I needed that. I needed something that wasn't hateful. I needed something to just sit there and veg out and have some pad thai.
And another Darren Star. Like, I love Darren Star production. So, it was great to just see that different style again kind of come back.
And it wasn't forced. Okay, all the crap that we talk about Sex in the City, then they came back with Just Like That, what is it? And Just Like That, whatever,
Reboot.
right? And then it was forced. All the LGBTQ plus characters in that show were forced. Here, it's just very calm. Tisha Campbell is a straight black ally, and she's just great. It's not forced. I like that.
I would watch Neil Patrick Harris fold napkins, though. So I'm probably not the best person to ask that question.
You know what's interesting to me about the show? I don't like the show. It's not something that I like, but I respect the show, and that's good enough. And he doesn't care what I think about the show, and nobody cares what I think about the show, but I do respect the show because I do think it is groundbreaking on this subject. They're taking on a subject that normally nobody would take on, especially in the gay community, because the gay community is ostriches putting their head in the sand. One of the things that I think really stand out on it is like the Grindr episode that they did. That is really just unbelievable. Grindr should make that into a television commercial for Grindr. And the thing that I also think is really incredible about the show are the sex scenes. The sex scenes are not sex scenes, but they're sexy as all get out. The kissing scenes that he has, the scenes in bed, the scene that he had in bed with the third grade teacher, and they had just had sex, and let's have sex again. Oh no, I can't. We got to wait so long. And the third grade teacher reaches in under and Patrick Harris says, "Wow, that's a record." That is really, really clever, sexy presentation.
I've only seen one episode. I have got to get on.
Calm down over there. Calm down.
So, make a decision yourself on Uncoupled. It's very interesting, and the subject matter is really interesting. Totally worth watching on Netflix. Finally, tonight, let's play a game. And kind of in the same theme of what we've just been talking about. And we've played this game in every episode of It's Happening Out since our show launched in September of 2019. It explores 3 interesting people. Who would we do and why? Those are all important things in this game. The game is called, I wonder if any of these guys girls like AOL. I bet they do. I'm pretty sure they do.
I would do it.
The game is called Shag Marry, Chop. And we invite you to play right along with us in this game. Tonight's theme, we always theme it, is back to school. And we're hot for teacher with these sexy teachers of TikTok.
Hey.
And this is a very important and political episode of Shag, Marry, Chop because Florida schools are getting ready to start this month with Don't Say Gay. So this may be the last time that we can play with teacher. And we didn't say any of these teachers were gay. I have absolutely no idea and I don't care at all, but we just can't say whether they're gay or not. So this week, we're going to play with Kevin McClintock at Mr. McTikTok is his name. Tanya Diaz at Gifted Teacher 305, love that. And Gabe Dannerbring at G_Unit 24. So let's play Shag, Marry, Chop. And Cameron, let's start with you. Who would you shag?
I would shag Kevin. There's just something about him that, there's his close-up. He's got more maturity to his face than poor little Gabe.
Okay, and who are you marrying?
I want to marry Tanya. She looks like she'd be fun to just sit down and just
Love her
chit-chat with.
smile.
She's beautiful. Look at that. And she's smart and creative. I love a science teacher. Sorry, Gabe.
And Gabe is out. Look at this haircut. He's just chopped. And the chop for him is what single reason that you reject by just looking at his picture?
He looks my age.
Oh,
Gross.
oh.
He just looks like another pretty boy.
Okay,
He's
all
going to
right.
have no idea what he's doing.
Look at him laying in that pillow. He doesn't know how to take it.
Oh my. And Faye, I wish y'all were at the table with
Oh
me
my
at
God,
our
do you see
kitchen
the
table.
FayWhat picture? Do you see your picture up there?
Is that you in drag?
That's FayWhat according to him.
That's the drag
Wait,
picture.
that's not the drag
Wow.
Yes, it is.
Oh my God.
You saw the whole.
that
See,
Kenny
I have the
Davenport?
sash
No.
on for
Oh,
Miss
Jesus.
Jersey.
Good
Oh,
job,
there it is.
camera guy.
There's my red dress.
Oh, look at that.
There we are.
Wow.
My Halloween
dog.
moment. Yeah,
Wow.
look at the dog.
That's animal abuse.
I'm going to drop it in a moment, I'm sure. Okay, let's continue. Faye, who are you
All right.
shagging?
Shag, Marry, Chop. So I am going to shag Tanya Diaz, all right? Just because, I want to get my rocks off. It is what it is, right? I'm not marrying her because she's a teacher. And they don't make a lot of money. So I am going to...
Faye has a
They're all-
consistent theme at Shag, Marry,
They're
Chop.
all
Yeah.
teachers. Wait a
Money
minute.
always
Black
makes,
Amex.
yeah, exactly,
Listen,
right.
my wife make money. That's
Yeah,
why
that's
she's
right.
my wife.
Yeah,
all right,
exactly.
all right.
What are you?
I am gonna marry Kevin McClintock just because it seems like together we would just burst into song wherever we went, and I think that would just be a lot of fun.
In full disclosure, America, I've heard Faye sing "You Don't Want to Hear
don't
Her"
wanna-
bursting into.
I don't wanna.
And the chop of Gabe is because
Because FayWhat Dannerbring, it wouldn't work. Like I can't marry FayWhat Dannerbring.
yeah, it's okay.
I could not take that last name.
And-
FayWhat Dannerbring. It wouldn't. It doesn't flow.
It doesn't.
FayWhat Dannerbring. It doesn't flow.
Sounds like you had a stroke.
Right?
Yes, exactly.
God forbid.
You need
Yeah,
to-
right. And we're going to come to Tony now. Tony, you've got to tone it down a little because I know the possibility of even dating somebody in Homestead is so rare. So don't overexcite yourself. Let's begin.
Well, can I
and
ask
by
a
the way-
clarification?
Sure.
When you marry, does that mean you don't have sex with them?
No, well,
I don't know who. I don't
Because
know
we
who
don't
they-
bind
hell?
relationship.
Okay.
You just heard tonight I'm married and.
Okay. I didn't know if it's like marry is like the platonic thing and then the
Ew.
carnal thing
What
is the
world?
you
know,
got
They
you.
have sex in Homestead? Bro? What the hell?
Right?
Can be married
Now
and
you know why he's
platonic.
No, they
AOL.
do. Lots of
Exactly.
farm
All right,
workers.
now,
You can be asexual.
Lots of farm workers.
Yeah, you gotta populate your family
Okay.
farm.
Country
All
boys
I
make
got it.
do.
All right, now as we start, Tony, I've got to make sure you understand. Shag means having sex with. All right? In Homestead. All right, who would you shag?
I'm gonna shag Gabe because I do like a little pretty boy.
He's a pretty
Tony
boy for you.
Dannerbring.
And then Kevin McClintock, he looks like a fun person to spend the time with. And Tanya's a chick, so I mean, I'm gonna have
It's
to.
a game,
chop
Tony.
her.
It's a mother effing game.
Yeah, and I'm
Why
gonna
don't people
chop the
get
shit
this
out of
when you're
her.
not, you know?
So wait, are you saying you wouldn't have sex with Kevin if you were married to him?
Wait.
No, I'm having lots of
hang
sex.
on.
No, I clarified it that you can have sex
Now,
when you get married.
we have found the string through all of his singleness. You can't be on AOL. You must have a dick pic. And when you're asked who would you shag and who would you marry and who you chop, it's just for fun. It's just in your head because it's not really going to happen.
Oh, I mean, it's fun. I mean, maybe we'll meet up one day. Who knows?
We get some more shots. I think he needs another.
All right. And Mark, who are you shagging?
It's got to be Gabe. Because, I mean, per
Thank
like
you.
kind of grinder rules, he put unit number 24 right on there. He's telling your ass right where to go,
Right?
how to show up. He's already got the baseball cap backwards. We all know what that means.
I didn't get that until right now. Unit 24. Oh,
yeah.
my goodness. Yeah, very good.
Then,
Then
then
it's
Kevin,
a G unit 20, like the rapper
Like the rapper.
thing.
How about the G spot?
whatever. That's
Okay,
apartment.
but anyways, go.
This is a game. You know that? All right. And who are you marrying?
Mr. McClintock, just because that's so fun to say. Mr. McClint. And I like that he put the Mr. in there.
It wasn't McClintock. It was McClintock.
No, I'll bring the cock. That's
love-
fine.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, got my own and a drawer of backup.
That's why I call him sir.
And Tanya, she has to get the chop. She's prettier than me.
Yeah.
True.
Oh, yes, that's true. And probably much smarter too.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah, right.
Definitely.
Yeah, it's so cute. It's we play this every single week, and we're going to, as we get close to our 4th anniversary, we'll tell you about some of our special ones that we did. Just a little FYI, the first one that we ever did, we got pulled off the air because we played Shag, Marry, Chop with Donald Trump, Donald Jr., and Eric. And we didn't realize that we were threatening the President of the United States with a game that we called Fuck, Marry, Kill.
Oh.
And yeah, we
Yeah,
learned.
that's really a
learn.
learn.
You learn from your mistakes.
Yeah, and they're still playing that game down in Homestead. All right, so that's our game tonight. And before we end the show, we thank our sponsor, and that is Jet's Pizza. You have to try this pizza of choice for the LGBTQ plus community. Jet's Pizza. I know one day that pizza is just coming right
It
out.
never
onto the
does.
tail.
I've done this for how long now, Al? Stop. Stop pizza holding shaming me.
Right, I am shaving you. All of us at It's Happening Out are getting ready to enjoy some of it after the show. All right, it's time to say goodnight. So before we go, let's hear from our host for one final time. And we'll begin with a goodnight from FayWhat.
Good night, folks. Faye, what? I am so happy to just be around the table with like-minded individuals and the bad actor and the guy from Homestead. I like the master guy. You know, it's just so great to be around a table and just be in a safe space with other fantastic people. Make sure you join us on Queer News tonight. Join us on Monday and Wednesday when I'm on, because it's more fun, right? And also, It's Happening Out back here next Wednesday evening, and the FayWhat Show. You can watch anytime on demand on Roku, Apple TV, Fire. You can watch us everywhere, and also on YouTube and Facebook. Monday mornings, 9 a.m., bright and early, to see who's in bed with me this week.
Yeah, and let's have a good night from Cameron Glass.
Good night. Thank you so much for having me. I had so much fun with you guys tonight. I really appreciate being here. If you want to see more of me and my breasts out, just let them know.
Absolutely. And a good night from Tony. He's been the ire of our joke tonight.
It's okay. It's not the first time.
Well, when
being
you're
from
on
Homestead.
Right,
Good sport.
exactly.
a
Good
coconut.
sport. And a coconut, my gosh. My gosh. And let's have a good night from Tony Seepersad.
Well, thank you all for having me. It was lovely to meet all you wonderful, crazy Mother Hubbards. A little side note to support your local artists, the ones that are out of work, the ones that are working, your whole community. We all do this together. So thank you.
And a thank you. And a good night from Mark Moffitt.
Thank you for having us in your living room, on your computer, on your phone, wherever you're watching it. But I think the most important thing that you can do is to share this. So whatever platform you're on, invite your friends, have them watch this show, talk about it afterwards. We'd love to have more of you.
Can we share this on AOL?
Hashtag AOL rocks.
Vote.
all three of you tonight. First time you've hosted at It's Happening Out, and it's been a great pleasure to work with you.
Thank you, Al.
Thank you.
Well, that's it. Another week at It's Happening Out. You sat right here at the LGBTQ plus kitchen table right along with us as we kikied on so many things that are important to our community. Think about it. We talked about everything from senior LGBT discrimination to all of the greatest happening things that are happening in our community this week. I want to make a special note of a thank you. I had so many people reach out to me over the last week. I talked about kind of the dark place that I had been going into because of all of the news that I had been reporting on and what we're watching in Florida. We're watching a fascist come to power. And the question is, will he be defeated on November 8th? Will he be reelected as governor of Florida? And of course, over the next 2 years, will he be elected president of the United States? He has made the decision. The decision is final, and it has been made that he's going to use our community and everybody in the L's and the G's and the B's and the T's and the Q's and any of our allies that support us. He is going to make us the culture war to try to win. And that was a depressing situation for me to understand. And I report on it almost every single night. And it was placing me in a darker and a darker place. And I expressed that last week at the closing of It's Happening Out. I just want to thank so many people that came to me, especially in private messages, and especially people that I did not know. I have thousands and thousands and thousands of friends that I have absolutely no idea who you are. And I appreciate that. But I don't know how you really feel until you really express it. And the private messages, I probably have had 250, no exaggeration, in the last week, in private messages from people I don't even know of how much they cheered me on after what I said last week. And that is worth 10,000 Ron DeSantis's. And it gives us all the impetus and the strength to continue the fight on. If he thinks I'm going to give up, ooh, I got news for Governor DeSantis. So we invite you to follow our 501c3 nonprofit experiment. That's what this is. It's a 4-year experiment. Is our LGBTQ plus community important to you? Our mission means we deeply believe it is. Pick up Hotspots magazine on newsstands all over South Florida. Queer News Tonight is covering the LGBTQ plus news of South Florida, America, and our world. And it's daily and live at 8 p.m. on Roku, Apple TV, and many other platforms. And our flagship is what you've been watching here tonight and every Wednesday night at 9 p.m. Because remember, if it's important to you, it's happening out. Until next time, good night.
Night.
I have never